Hey guys, we're going to get started. I appreciate you coming on today. As always, this video will be recorded. I'll put it on YouTube a little bit later today. You can rewatch it and maybe learn a few things that I went through kind of quickly. I know I do have quite a few new people on today's webinar, maybe new to Facebook is a better way to put it. Obviously, I've just gotten you set up with your Facebook business page. Just make sure that if we've just gotten you set up, that you go to the page we set up. You can go to your website, click on the Facebook button, and then go to that page and click this like button right here. Once you click the like button, I can then make you an administrator on the page so you can control it. So just an FYI. That being said, what I want to discuss today is kind of take you through kind of a few do's and don'ts of Facebook. Real kind of general webinar that I think will give you, quite a few tips in a lot of different directions. And a lot of these things are based on questions I've received lately. So when I'm talking about posting, guys, I'm talking about posting to your business page. Everyone on today's webinar, I assume, has a Facebook personal page, and you now have a Facebook agency page that we've set up for you. So when I'm talking about posting, I'm talking about the business side of things. You can do whatever you want personally. I really don't care, and I don't think it has any impact on the business page. But from a business page perspective, I want to see everyone posting at least 4 to 7 times a week. That's where we've gotten to. It used to be probably 2-3 years ago, if you were on these webinars, they used to tell you post 2 or 3 times a week. Now we're at 4 to 7 times a week, and that's because Facebook traffic used to be around something like 75 million Americans a day. Now we're at about 150 million Americans a day. So we want to get as much exposure as possible. Most common mistake I'm seeing out there is the time of day you're posting, okay? And one of my themes with social media, and anyone who talks to me, I always try to keep this pretty consistent. My theme is always think logically. Keep it simple. But most importantly, think logically. So, guys, when we go onto Facebook, and I'll kind of pull up my profile, I'm clicking on home. So when I click on home, all the people that I'm friends with and all of the pages that I've liked, and here's an example, you'll see that I've liked the Support Our Troops page, right? And we can see up here that I'm friends with Joe DiMartino, okay? And my highlighter, this has never been the same since I got my new computer. But anyway, Joe DiMartino. So my point, guys, is we are looking at my news feed, and everyone that I'm connected with, when they post something, it shows up on my feed, right? So my point is this. My point is that when you're using your Facebook business page and you post something, people are seeing it on their feeds, right? They're seeing it on these feeds. So the question at hand was, when should I post? What time of day? I told you to think logically, all right? So what that means is you want to post when you think the highest probability of people are paying attention to their feed. So if anyone's on Eastern Standard Time, which I am, it's kind of lunchtime right now. I'm confident the traffic is spiking right now. People are at their desks. People are on lunch break. They're on their phones. They're probably looking at Facebook. So just to give you a few kind of tips, I used to have a client who said, look, I wake up every morning at 5 o'clock, and the first thing I do is I go to all my social media pages and I post, just so I know I get it done. And, she kind of came to me and said, look, I've been posting every day for 7 months. I don't get anything from it. And I started to look at her posting time, and she was posting at like 4:58 in the morning. So my point is that's not very logical. Why would you post at 4:58 in the morning? Where is everyone else at 4:58 in the morning? They're sleeping. So when those people wake up, right, at 7 o'clock, or whenever they come onto Facebook, they're going to see their feed, and they're going to see what was most recent. To see the 4:58 in the morning post, they got to scroll down for 10 minutes, right? So my point is that's not very intelligent, not very logical. So my dues is think logically. Sit there, think about it for 1 second. If it's a Saturday, if it's a Sunday, ask yourself, where are the masses right now? Are they on the computer? Are they watching the Super Bowl? What are they doing? Think about that. So what types of things should you post? You always want to post relevant articles, especially within the insurance industry. If you sell health insurance, stuff on the exchanges. If you are selling auto and home and commercial and life, there's a lot of great material out there. There's a lot of great stuff out there from the Insurance Journal. You know, those things are good to post. And I would keep it at about 33% of the time, posting stuff like that. The other 33% of the time, I want you to actually project yourself to be real, okay? Talk about things occurring in your day, your office, people you met with, people you've helped. The difference between social media and email marketing and blogging was, you know, it was very factory-like with, you know, when you used to send out mass emails. Social media is much more character-driven. So the more character, the more real you can appear, the more likely someone on the other end is going to see you as a specialist, as an expert, as someone they want to connect with and actually talk and do business with. So the more real you can be, the better you're going to be. So I would try to kind of do that 33% of the time. And then the other 33% of the time, try to talk about non-insurance type things. Talk about things going on in the community. Talk about local sports. These are things that people are very likely to pay attention to. Because remember, guys, the whole point of social media is we want to see people, like this post by this one girl, Christina Sal. You'll see that quite a few people have commented. A few people have liked it. That's what we want. We want people to pay attention and interact with our posts. That's the pathway to getting viral and actually touching people that you're not connected with. And I'll go into more detail in that in kind of a later webinar. But my point is to be successful, we need to have a balance. We don't want to come across as cryptic and very corporate. We want to come across as real and someone who's a resource that people can reach out to. As always, like I said, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. When you're posting, you're not writing, you know, your memoir. You're writing 2 or 3 sentences at the most. Keep it simple. People are not on here studying these things. It's just kind of, remember, people are either on their phones flipping through it or they're on their computer flipping through it. So if you write 15 paragraphs, very likely people will not pay attention to it. Next little tip, and this kind of goes with the don'ts, but the next tip is I constantly get people saying, well, I have a really good post, and I posted it on my company page. How can I post it so my friends see it, right? So here's an example. What you want to do is, so again, let me reword that. You have a post on your agency page that's really good, and you want not only your business fans to see it, you want your personal friends to see it. So you want to go to your business page, right? And in the upper right-hand corner, you want to make sure it says your name and not the company. So you'll see in my upper right-hand corner it says Ken. It doesn't say benefitstore.net. And what you want to do is you want to click on the share button. And you'll see it's right here. Under the post you want to send to all your friends. You click on that share button. You have the ability to kind of write up. You have the ability to select what page it goes to, write up something, and share it. It will then post that on your personal page and go out to all your friends. So just a little Facebook 101. I probably confused everybody. You have a business page. When you post, it goes to the people who have liked the page, right? On my page, 2,034. You have a personal page. When you post on that personal page, it goes to all the people you're friends with. So they're 2 different pages with 2 different distribution lines. Most people say, well, look, I posted something on my business page. I have quite a few friends that are not fans of my agency. I want them to see the post. I would suggest that you do not double post it and post it on your personal page and your business page. I don't think that's smart. It's not strategic. What I want you to do is go to the business page and share the post to your personal page, and that will drive more people to the business page, which is really what you're after. So I'm saying, do's, share your post from your business page to your personal page. Posting don'ts. Never, ever solicit. Once you become deemed a solicitor on Facebook, people will definitely not pay attention to you. So one of the things you want to do is stay away from soliciting. And an example of soliciting is give me a call. I can save you 10% on your auto insurance. You know, give me a call. I can get you the cheapest prices. You just don't want to come, without rambling on, you don't want to project yourself to be a salesman. You want to project yourself to be a specialist, an expert, someone that people are going to come to for advice they can trust. So once you go down the path of trying to solicit, most people will then deem you as just a salesman, and they will not pay attention even to your good posts. It's kind of like cold calling. You know, we think back to the 70s and 80s. Even when you cold called, you know, most people at least picked up and said hello, and maybe they gave you 5 seconds. In 2013, guys, what happens to cold callers 99% of the time? Bang, the phone gets slammed down. Even my 95-year-old grandmother, who's still alive, when she gets a solicitor calling her, she just slams the phone down and kind of laughs. Oh, it was a solicitor. My grandmother is as prim and proper as they come. But my point is that it has become socially acceptable to hang up on a solicitor, even to my 95-year-old grandmother. So my point is once you become deemed a solicitor, it's become socially accepted that those are the people you do not want to do business with. So it's very important that when you post, think about that. It's not going to get you sales, guys. It's going to hurt you. The next tip, and I see this an awful lot, especially from people just starting out, do not rapid post. What does that mean? What that means is you post 3 or 4 different posts within 5 minutes. You post about healthcare reform. You post about auto insurance. You post about what you did at work today. And then all of a sudden you post about the Cubs. Do not do that. Keep it 1 post for every at least 4 hours. You can post twice a day if you want, 3 times a day if you really want to, but don't do it in succession. Because what happens, guys, is people see that on their news feed, multiple posts in a row from you, and most of the time, aesthetically, it doesn't look good. And again, people are scrolling to see different info. They don't want to see all this stuff from you. They tune it out. That's what statistics have proven. Stay away from bad posting topics. Anti-government posts. You would be surprised how many insurance agents get a little too emotional on social media. At the end of the day, guys, I probably agree with you, to be honest. But that doesn't matter. And this is the thing I always try to explain to you. When you're using social media, you are no longer a salesman. You are an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurs, they think strategically. They think long-term. They think of the impact of things they're doing. Again, you may have a big issue with the local government, the state government, the healthcare exchange, whatever. Do not go crazy on social media slamming things, because at the end of the day, it's a numbers game. Yes, 40% of the people may agree with you. 10% of the people may not care. And the other 40% may be totally against what you're saying. So now you've just upset 40% of your distribution. Why? You're not going to gain anything from it. So just be careful with that stuff. Obviously, religion, sex, product pricing, which kind of goes with soliciting. My suggestion is if you're not sure what to post, don't post anything your mother-in-law would be, upset to see you post. Keep it very politically correct. At the end of the day, you are an entrepreneur. You are, the way I always try to explain it, guys, a lot of strategy involved here. You are strategically releasing information to project yourself to be an expert. That's the best way to think of it. I know you get heated on things. I know things get everyone upset and frustrated. But at the end of the day, you never want to show weakness. You never want to show that you get upset and frustrated, because a specialist, an expert, he's always calm and collective. He always has the answer, right? So you have to kind of think like that. And again, don't double post the same thing on your personal page and business page. That's not going to pay off. From a setup perspective, if you guys have Twitter pages, which I suggest you do create if you don't, go to facebook.com/Twitter. And I do this for all my social media management clients. Just type that address in, and it'll let you bind the pages together. So when you post on Facebook, it will automatically post on Twitter. Makes things more efficient, makes your life easier. Highly recommend it. If you're just getting started with Facebook, once you have 25 fans, you then have the ability to go into your page And bear with me here for a second, guys. I got this GoToMeeting thing that's bothering me. Go into your page, click Edit Page, and click Update Your Page Info, and you will see a place called Page Address, probably the second one there. Once you have 25, you can set it up, and you'll see mine is facebook.com, benefitstore.net. When you first get started, your Facebook web address is, facebook.com, Bob's Insurance, and then maybe 55 numbers. Once you get 25 fans, Facebook says, okay, you've earned the right to have your own web address. All that stuff helps with SEO. You want to set that up. Obviously, make sure you've invited all of your personal friends to become fans. And finally, this is an easy, simple one. Make sure you put a link on your LinkedIn page to your Facebook page. So I'm on my LinkedIn page right now, and you'll see that there's an area called websites, and you can actually add 3 websites. So if you click on the pencil and you select the drop-down and select Other, you have the ability to add any websites you want. You'll see I've added my Facebook page. Again, we want to bind everything together here, guys. Put the puzzle together in one nice, area so that people can access all our different tools without leaving our web presence. And these are kind of simple setup tools and tips that, you need to have in place to be successful.